$1 million. First, you had to spend it in a day.
Okay.
First off, we buy a new banner.
So we're down $100.
We're down $100. Well, tape side $30.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Preston Buys here with HTR Podcast. Here today with me is none other than the mammoth himself, Clickety Clark Marshall.
What's up, Preston?
What's up?
Thanks for having me.
Dude, yeah, thank you for being here and being part of this whole experience of this podcast, of the HTR Spikehouse, and just everything in between. I know before this trip, we hadn't really gotten a chance to really hang out. I mean, we'd play each other maybe twice.
Yeah.
But we never really got a chance to connect and hang out, and I just really wanted to know what you're all about, and I heard a lot of good things. And I mean, I can say to all you and to you that, I'm beyond excited that I did. But just getting right into it, in terms of the Spike House alone, I just want you to describe to our viewers. I've been asking most people on the podcast to kind of give us a synopsis of what's going on here and just the feeling for those at home. But just give me a little brief take.
Well, if any of you out there have been to a tournament where everything after the event is what draws you to the sport, so hanging out, going out to dinner, playing games, that's basically what this whole week has been. You play, and then you come back, you play games, hang out, get to know everyone.
Games on games.
Games on games, and yeah, just get to know people. I don't know if I knew anyone here beforehand.
Right.
I'd hung out with Fitzy maybe once or twice, but that whole first week or so, all new people, but just a great time. Everyone hanging out, getting to know each other, playing games. It's the dream. It's my dream.
And segmenting into the next thing, would you say that that's, I know for me, community is the biggest thing, but would that be your favorite thing about the Roundnet community, or is there something else that really piques your interest? Are you just that much of a sport guy, or do you just really love, hangs?
Yeah. Well, I love hangs, yeah. And
high quality
games. Games are my favorite thing, but for whatever reason, Roundnet draws people who love making up games, playing games.
Yeet Spike.
Fun-loving people in a way that my basketball team never did, my soccer team never did. But, for some reason, it draws that type of person, and I love getting to know those type of people.
Yeah. Roundnet folk, spike ballers, whatever you want to call them, I think are some of just the most genuinely interested people in sports and games and just having a good time. I know a lot of athletes who truly love their sport, but it's hard to find a community that really enjoys, the whole sport side of it. Things, whether it be Yeet Spike, whether it be ping pong, whether it be spike ball, whatever it is, I know from my experience, people just love hangs.
Yeah, and for the most part, hangs. All of us are doing this for fun.
Right.
No one's making their livelihood off of this. So
I'm making millions, dude.
Besides you, all of us are just having fun with it. So it's bringing people together who like fun.
Right. And you mentioned earlier your background. You said basketball. I'm always curious to where people come from. And that's my next question to you is, what sports did you come from, and how did that help you with today? But then also just what you love most about your current day situation with Roundnet.
Yeah, so I kind of played everything growing up. I played baseball, I swam, I ran.
Were you a breaststroke guy, or were you
I was a butterfly guy.
Oh, big old butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and breaststroke. But so my dad was a swimmer and his brothers were swimmers. He didn't play really anything else. And my mom was a dancer. So they didn't have they weren't basketball people, they weren't soccer people.
Right.
They didn't push me to one thing. So I just kind of played everything, and whatever stuck. But then I started playing soccer. That was probably my main sport in high school.
What position?
I was a forward.
Okay.
Which is I was obviously the tallest dude on my team.
He just freaking trucks at people. Corner kicks, you're just
yeah. But most people my size didn't have foot skill.
Right.
But so I guess that helped me just be a more well-rounded athlete just because I had foot skill. And then I played basketball, and I wasn't anything special, but I was just a well-rounded player. I could pass, shoot, dribble.
You're an athlete.
And so, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I think that translates to my Roundnet game is like, I'm not good at one. I'm not like exceptional at one thing, but I feel like my overall well-rounded game lets me hang.
Yeah.
So I think just bringing my well-rounded athleticism into my Roundnet game, I think is why it worked.
If you were an NBA player, who would you relate yourself to? And also, who would you relate myself to? I'm always curious.
That's tough. I feel like I've talked about this with Andrew, but I feel like we put you as LeBron if we're doing it like right now.
LeBron James, everybody, let's go.
Just because like you can dominate and take over in a way that I feel like a lot of people can't. I think for me, I put Caleb as Steph Curry just because like his ability to like pop off like his knockout punch or like his 3-pointers.
Right.
Or maybe as his like overall well-rounded like maybe consistency or something might be his weakness where Steph Curry is his size or something.
Right.
But for me, that's tough. I don't know who I would make myself.
I know, I'm trying to think when I asked you. I was like, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't even. I mean, first off, I'm not the hugest of basketball fans.
Yeah.
I don't know every single player besides like the big timers.
Maybe like a Paul George.
I can see Paul George.
Yeah, because like he
Overall,
defends. He's a good wing defender, good shooter, good handle.
Yeah. I mean, he's just good.
Yeah, just good.
You know, he's just a very good, consistent person. I'll take LeBron James from you though, and I think Paul George is legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, moving forward past all the LeBron James and Paul George and Steph Curry business, I do like Steph Curry for Caleb though. Yeah. I think in terms of serves, I think Caleb has the highest potential at anybody to be the world's best, like Steph Curry's with 3-point shooting. But yeah, in terms of just everything here, I know you and I have gotten to hang out a bunch, and honestly, the biggest thing on my mind right now is board games.
Yeah.
We didn't really get a chance to play too many board games. And I don't know why I have to bring this up right now. But what are your top 3 board games for those out there who are wondering? Because I know, again, we talked about the Roundnet community just loving games.
Yeah.
And I think out of all people, in terms of who's DM'd me from Instagram, you know, after I post games, you're always like, yo, what's the app? So I just want to shoot out some board games real quick, and then we'll get back to Roundnet stuff.
Yeah.
But what is your top 3?
Top 3.
Just recommend, even if it's not your favorite.
I'll go like recency bias, just ones I've played most recent. I love Azul. I think Azul is a really good game. Only 4 players, which sucks, but like everyone I've shown that game, they love it. And I just played a game called Hanabi. So it's a deck game where you don't look at your cards, but everyone else is looking at your cards. You hold them away from yourself. That's a fun one. Let's stick with those 2. But Hanabi and Azul, I think everyone should check out. Yeah.
All right, let's get back into Roundnet stuff. You were voted the world's best setter by the community. Yeah. Whether or not I think so doesn't matter. I'm just kidding.
You don't have to.
No. But what do you think is the most important skill in Roundnet? And it could be, I saw something the other day. It's like more of a progression of ranking. Yeah. As you start from intermediate to pro. I mean, you could go through the whole list if you want to and say intermediate, blah, 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 and so on. But especially for those who are trying to get to pro. Okay. I know I have my opinions, but coming from someone who's very consistent across all ends and setting, especially just setting dimes, what is your most important skill? And you could list all the skills in order if you really want to. But
so I would say generally, this is almost a cop-out answer, but I'll answer yours. I think ball control, just in general, being able to having good touch is the most important skill.
And that's across like service receive and everything.
Yeah, because that'll help everything. If you know how the ball is going to hit your hand, it'll help you serve, it'll help you hit, help you set, everything. But like you were saying, if you're trying to make that leap from premier to pro, I would say probably serve receive, because I mean, you saw in Utah, everyone can serve. Right. Everyone from advanced premier pro can serve.
Serve ball's the thing.
Yeah. So you gotta have a counter to that. You got to be able to neutralize the threat that pretty much everyone has now. Right. So, serve receive.
And then what about setting? What about hitting? What about all that? Because I get a lot of questions, and people are always wondering,
Yeah. What do I work on?
what do I work on? What
Yeah.
do I work on? I mean, I tell them everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, you can't be at the top
Right.
without every skill. You know,
Mhm.
I think you and I are two of the most players who aren't specialized in
Yeah.
one thing. I mean, people don't look at me. I don't know. One ever calls me nasty.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And for all of you who don't know what nasty is, just pretty much like you're filthy,
Flashy.
like you're flashy, like
Yeah.
you do something crazy, something extra. And I don't think anyone's ever called me
Yeah.
nasty. And I don't know if anyone's ever called you nasty.
Yeah.
Maybe they have, but
The only thing I do that they may is like tweeners, but even that, it's like that's more of a laziness
yeah,
thing than a
tweeners. Yeah, you
Yeah.
hear that, guys? Tweeners
tweeners are lazy.
but they're cool.
Heard it here first. Yeah.
But in terms of overall skill progression, I would love if you ranked setting, serving. I mean, you already put serving as one, or you already put touch as one, but
Yeah.
like setting, serving, serve, receive, and then defense, I guess.
Or like hitting.
Hitting would be like a fifth,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, so you're saying same question? Someone who is,
Same question. I mean,
or
just,
someone who's DMing you saying, "What do I work on?"
just straight up, just what's the most important? Because I don't know if I asked Fitzy this or anybody else on the podcast so far, and it's just something
Yeah.
that I get a lot of questions about.
Mm-hmm.
And being from West Coast, I think it honestly is kind of different. We can get into that in a second.
Yeah.
But because I'm curious how the Southeast is more. But
Yeah.
like your top 5 skills.
So I would say, geez, it sucks, but probably serving first. If you're coming into the game, no, not serving. Let's go setting first. You want to be able to control how the ball is hitting your hand.
Right.
So work on your touch, work on passing back and forth with your partner. Then you guys set each other, hit it to each other. Do some drills where you hit it, set it.
Right. Ball control again.
Ball control drills. Then get a consistent serve. And then I think defense is a hard thing to just work on. I think if you know Roundnet and you know, like, okay, when I set my partner here, these are their hitting options. These are where I would hit. That is almost like the more your skills develop, the more you understand.
Right. And the more you play.
Yeah, and the more you
familiarize
play.
yourself with everything.
So that's a hard thing to just be like, hey, go work on defense.
Right.
So I would say, develop your skills, ball control, so setting, hitting. Then if you want to grind serves and, be a nasty server, then add that to your game once you can just be clean.
Right.
And then I think defense comes with everything else. I don't think defense is something you go out in your backyard and figure out.
Hit a ball against the wall and dive.
Yeah.
You're just like, I got it.
Yeah.
See, it's funny that you say that because for me, I mean, you're pretty much preaching consistency.
Yeah.
Just like being consistent across all ends before you develop into, like serve ball player kind of thing,
Yeah.
which most people are just doing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny, if you had to guess what Fitzy said was like the first thing people should like master, what do you think he said? I shouldn't have said it's funny, but
he probably said serving.
no, he didn't say serving. It was the other
Okay.
offense.
Is it hitting?
Hitting, yeah.
Okay.
Which for me, I thought Fitzy was gonna say setting
Yeah.
defense, which whatever, but
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I thought it was funny and interesting because for me, I'm always like, hey, you just need to be able to set the ball.
Yeah.
If you can set the ball and pass the ball
Yeah.
successfully,
Hitting is easy over the net. So
right? Like if you can set butter, even if you have like a intermediate hitter,
yeah.
9 times out of 10 they're gonna get the kill.
Right.
But then getting into what I talked about earlier, West Coast versus Southeast, whatever.
Mhm.
I think West Coast on sand used to be hard hitters,
Mhm.
and now I think we've kind of morphed into more serving, just power.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are known for that. It's in terms of like payer.
Yeah.
Now you have Jordan Cardona,
Yeah.
or Cardona, which wrecked both of us.
Yeah.
Obviously we have Jarrett, who's very defense minded,
Yeah.
but I feel like West Coast for time and time has been power.
Mm-hmm.
Southeast, what are they known for besides losing?
Yeah. Besides just being.
got all you. I'm
We're
kidding.
coming.
I'm kidding.
We're coming.
I know
Coming.
Southeast is stepping up.
Yeah.
But back in the day, once Chubby Bunny left, I feel like there was a hole to fill.
There was a
I
hole.
think
There was a
Tribby's filled that
void.
hole. Yeah.
Geez. Southeast maybe. So I'm trying to think. So we have Texas, which is like, they almost have a style of their own.
Yeah, they just go hard
They
in all assets.
they serve
set
hard and
they
they-
set hard.
yeah.
They
set hard.
hit hard. They serve hard.
Yeah. So just counting them, so that leaves Probably just like scrappiness. I feel like there's maybe a good amount of just effort. So I'm thinking of like Addison Powers and Micah Corbett.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like Trippy, my team is known for, I feel like we get a good amount of
making
plays. Make plays. And then it's starting to become serve heavy. Just looking at Jackson Stanek,
right?
Texas teams, but or maybe cheekiness. Looking at like David Gonzalez or some of like Juan Ruiz is a really cheeky player.
Yeah.
That's probably my answer, but I wouldn't say one thing in particular.
No. Yeah, because I think everyone's kind of molding into like the same kind of Roundnet thing.
Yeah.
I know for a while, I felt like East, with the rookies, and I don't even know who
like
else is
Joel.
out there.
Are you talking
Joel
about
and stuff,
defense?
like defense wise,
Yeah.
like back in the day, Nashburg rookies, I was like defense.
Mm-hmm.
On West Coast, you had like Buns and Guns. You had, me. You had Buddy. A bunch of just powerful players.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean that's funny that Southeast. I think they're slowly catching up.
Yeah.
In terms of region-wise, where would you rank everybody right now? Just out of curiosity.
So on what terms?
No hate or no too much love.
In what terms? Like so
overall,
top 5 teams
top
or
top 5 teams? Sure, because
Okay.
top 5 players is different.
top 5 players is
I feel
different.
I feel
So
it's hard.
what like are you? Who are the West teams? Is Boyce just a West team?
I mean, you could count us as a West team.
If
If
you count,
you have Mammal, that's like a true West team.
yeah.
You have Spikers, technically speaking, in the West. You have half of Boisterous. I'm trying to think who else we have. I mean, now wherever Jordan goes, he's going to be a stud. Wherever Payer goes, it's going to be a good squad. So I guess you go top 5 teams / players because Boisterous
top 5 teams,
up.
I think.
And then obviously Chiswick, they're split as well.
Yeah. Top 5 teams, probably West first, Southeast pretty close behind because we've got a lot of pure Southeast teams.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Trippy, you got Toast, you have
Toast, right?
Ghosted, Dink and Flicka, and then Prophetic. I don't know if you know either of them. That's Zeke Friedman
I didn't know the last
and
2
Micah.
teams.
Okay, Ghosted, Addison Powers, Patrick Chu.
Okay,
solid team.
And Patrick came out at Nationals swinging hard.
Yeah,
and making moves. So
yeah,
good team.
And Dink and Flicka's David Gonzalez, Jackson Stanek.
That's right.
Prophetic, Micah Corbett, Zeke Friedman. So I think like that 5, that's a solid 5, and like probably beats like Midwest. I don't know. I can't name 5 teams. They have Origin, Flow, Origin, Club Spike, Worldwide,
right?
Venom. That's like that's 3 good ones, but I think after that, I like Southeast more than that.
And at the 2 spot.
At the 2 spot.
So you put West
1 probably.
West Coast, Best Coast, baby.
But it's close.
It is close. It is close.
And then
too bad Caleb doesn't live over there because then we could really put
if you have, that would help.
Yeah.
And then East, like same thing. I think Southeast, just the solid 5, having a good solid 5 helps their case for being above.
Yeah.
East and Midwest.
So one thing you're thinking of, or I'm thinking of right now while you're talking is, how long have you been playing for?
Since probably 2013.
2013. Okay, so before me. So when I started playing, I felt like there was like this Roundnet hierarchy. Like there was just like these top 10 teams, and they were just it, and that was what it's gonna be. Nowadays, do you think it's easier or harder to break into the top 10? Because I feel like back then, like, you go to any tournament and it was, Chico, Handsome, and then McCarthy was there for a while, Ball Blasters. These are probably all teams you guys don't know.
Yeah.
But I felt like when I first came in, breaking the top 10 was like, it just wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
They were all playing together. They were West had like
they
7
and they had a
teams,
huge head start.
Right. And I just felt like it was harder. But also today, I'd say, I don't know. What do you think? Breaking the top 10. I think top 5 has always kind of been its own entity.
Yeah.
But top 10, I felt like back in the day was very hard. And then now, what do you think?
I think this may not even answer your question, but I think it is so much easier to get better faster now, just because you have
from 0 to I'd say 0 to 70.
Yeah.
If it was 0 to 100 scale, I think 0 to 70.
Yeah.
I mean, between HTR videos, between just millions of players now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have resources to get better.
Yeah. But breaking into the top 5, maybe
10.
top 10 teams.
Because top 5, I think, is, like I said, it's always been
right.
tough.
It's probably a little easier now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, just because, there's more parity in the sport. You could get last year. I'm pretty sure there was like a someone who started in the 20s who made it into by the end of the season, like maybe Spikers. I feel like they were probably
last year, maybe.
Yeah,
I forget. Yeah, well, yeah.
I think they were probably
anonymous or
synonymous. Yeah,
because I know anonymous. They had a huge run into 2018, maybe.
Yeah, where they a couple great tournaments. Where
right, and then they came up and then broke in like top 10 for a little bit. But yeah,
I think. I mean, and then even last year, synonymous. I don't know where they started the year, but they ended at 5.
Right.
And so I would say probably a little easier now.
Yeah.
Just because, pretty much anyone.
The lack of depth, or do you just think because people can get better faster that
I think
it is what it is? You know,
people
whoever grinds, they're gonna
people can get better faster. Any given tournament, for the most part, anyone can win.
Right.
Especially if you or Chiswick Showalter isn't there, it's almost up for grabs between probably 4 or 5 teams.
Can't agree.
So I think it's a little easier now to break into that upper top 10 teams.
And then moving forward with all that, getting better and easier and blah, 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 and having more resources and stuff. Obviously, the sport's growing.
Yeah.
Obviously, the number of people is growing. I don't necessarily see it in the mainstream growing in terms of viewer wise. I know there's more players watching. Like last year Nationals, the big thing was like there was like 600 viewers.
Yeah.
Simultaneous viewers at one point. And that was a big deal. But I think 97% of those are probably, Roundnet players.
Right. Yeah.
And or family, whatever. But I think they're all directly correlated or connected to Roundnet.
Yeah.
So the question as always is what in your mind is going to make Roundnet make that big leap from backyard game, random broy fratty game? Because I mean, you saw the Instagram comments. It's always like, Chad, Brad, Tyler,
surfer,
whatever,
frat boys.
Frat boys, yeah. But what do you think is the biggest jump that we can make as a community, or as a head company, or whatever?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to take to get us to that next level, to where A, maybe sponsorship jump in, or B, we just ESPN's like, please let us show you.
I think one thing that it seems like they've already started going to is the squad style. It seemed like the college tournament did a lot better on ESPN. Just for whatever reason, the audience could latch on to, oh, look, Texas A&M or Georgia.
Right, they had a team root for rather than two individuals. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the club style with college isn't easy. Right away, it could make a difference. Just if club style gets going, college clubs get big.
But do you think that should correlate to the pros? Because I mean, if you look at most sports, I mean, like beach volleyball in college, there's like you have like your 1 through 5 team.
Yeah.
But in pros, it's 2 people
traveling around together,
and they do decent. I'd love to be bigger than beach volleyball personally.
Yeah.
But so you think club style? Anything else? Or squads, I should say.
Squad style. And then I think maybe just content creation. I think having a consistent stream where people can keep up with tournaments better and know what teams are doing well throughout the season might help just people who want to keep up with be fans of the sport.
Right. Well, supply more depth to the teams rather than just saying like, Dingo and Dongo are playing Bingo and Bongo.
Right.
Because then people can't follow along. But I know Spikeball years back, 2 years back, I think, they wanted to do player profiles and they wanted to do videos, and then that kind of fell through. And I always think about not necessarily money wise, but do you think if more money came into the sport, more athletes, like more D1 athletes might cruise in, do you think it'd give people more incentive to train? And do you think training leads to better rallies, better whatever? Because for me, at this point, I think a lot of top players, they're just kind of in it for fun. Like we were talking about earlier, Roundnet community, we're here to play games.
Yeah.
and we happen to be good at some random sport that happened to pop up. But for me, if there's more money, I want to train harder. And then every game is on edge. Everyone's on the top of their game. Whereas now it's more like let's play.
Yeah, I got third of the tournament.
Right, I got third tournament.
Whatever.
Like woohoo! And, give my partner a high five and then go hang out. And, but
so would money increase or
do you think
further the sport?
Do you think money would further the sport? And if so, where do you think that money would come from?
Yeah, I think if you going back to content creation, if a company sees, hey, if I put my name with this sport, it'll help me because people are watching it. I think that in turn that'll bring more players to tournaments. I mean, going back to beach volleyball, you look at AVP events. I think they stack the stands just so on TV it looks great.
Right. I mean, I know there's been events where I get emails and it's like, cruise in for free.
Yeah.
And it's genius. Because, you get people in.
So if a company, whatever, Gatorade looks at that, they're like, okay, I'll put my banner there. I'll give some money to that. So I think I think it all goes hand in hand. More fans of the sport means more watching.
Right.
More watching tournaments, keeping up with tournaments means more sponsors. And then more people want to be a part of it. But
start with content mainly.
I think
just
it starts
get a
with
higher
content.
quality, because I mean I think every single tournament that's tour stop wise should have a stream. Should have a scoreboard on screen. I mean, there's commentators, even if they're not professional commentators.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people who love the community and love Roundnet. And if Spikeball was running the stream, let's say, and someone said, hey, like, Clark, do you want to stream if you're out? Like, who's gonna say no, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Nobody. But yeah, I mean, I think content creation is huge. I just think when people tune in and they see a raw phone footage, live stream, it's hard to be like, oh, this is legit, So I definitely think content creation is coming into my mind as something that needs to improve. I know for years, it was money. We need more money because then this happens and that happens. And I still truly believe that, not from a greed standpoint, any of us are trying to make money, but content creation is definitely huge. But now it's time for my favorite segment. I didn't tell you about this.
Oh, no.
Maybe you know about it, but you didn't even watch the podcast. So now you're in it. But it's just the random Roundnet Ragamaroo rapid fire questions.
Let's go. Hit me with it.
And they're all straight from the brain.
Okay.
No planning.
All right.
As you know me, I'm not a big, script kind of guy.
No. Let's go off of it.
Let's go off of it. Favorite color?
Purple.
That was an unexpected one.
That's new for me.
When you said purple, my brain went purple.
Question dump. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like expecting red or blue. Purple. Wait, why is it new though? Just curious. And then we'll get back to. I know it's rapid fire, random rag.
Yeah.
But like at this point, elaborate. The purple really kind of just stopped my brain.
It's a great color, and there are no teams with purple jerseys, which should change.
Okay.
And it's just a great color.
But is there any one particular thing you saw and you were like purple, or was it just all of a sudden you woke up? And
I think it's been a process, but I've arrived at the fact that purple's my favorite color.
Speaking of arriving, train or plane?
Train.
Train? Why train?
Planes are they're a lot less room.
And trains?
Leg room. Trains have a good amount of room.
But time-wise, trains are slow.
Sure. Depends how far you're going.
What if you're going like 200 miles?
Then that's not that far.
I know, but like it's like a 30-minute flight, or it's like like a
then
I'm going hour and a half train.
I'm going train. Probably way cheaper.
Way cheaper.
And that's like what, an hour, 2.5 hours.
I don't know how long 200 miles
train.
is on train. Would you rather have a husky or a baby elephant?
Husky.
Baby elephant. That's the worst answer.
What would you do with the baby elephant?
Okay, pygmy elephant. How about that? Never grows bigger than let's call it like 400 pounds.
That is so large.
I know, but it's like only like this, this big.
I'm sticking with it. Husky.
Husky?
Yeah.
I'd take a baby elephant.
You can have it.
You can literally ride a pygmy elephant.
And then what? What's it do? Where is it?
It's you walking around and everyone's like, you got an elephant. Okay, fine. If you were to snort a noodle, would you rather snort a macaroni noodle or a spaghetti noodle?
Macaroni.
And I'm talking like
quick and
long spaghetti noodle.
Right.
Or like little macaroni.
Little macaroni.
What about 3 macaronis?
Probably 3 macaronis. The it would take.
Interesting.
Imagine half of it's hanging out, half of it's still in.
But if you, I'm not
For
gonna
the
get into
spaghetti.
it. I was gonna say if you saw it, you could pull it, but like that's next
true.
level nastiness. Okay, getting out of nostril things. $1 million. First, you had to spend it in a day.
Okay.
First off, we buy a new banner.
So that's we're down $100.
We're down $100. Well, tape side $30.
Yeah.
Okay. Buy a new banner for sure. $1 million though. What would you do with it?
Oh, okay.
Within a day.
You had to spend it.
Had to spend it.
And it had to be. You had to use what you spent it on in that day. Or I could.
Okay, yeah, sure. Holy
Okay.
crap, yeah. But
But
like,
like-
what? You buy a car and
Like
race
buy
off
a bunch of
buy
plane
a car and
tickets.
just run it off a cliff.
No. Like I could buy a bunch of plane tickets for way off in the future or something.
Sure, whatever. $1 million.
I'm gonna buy a bunch of plane tickets and then maybe
Also,
like
plane tickets are not that expensive. You ever flying
a
first
bunch.
class? But we need new. Don't mind our ping pong table. This says HTR still.
Ryder will edit that in.
Yeah, Ryder just edited. Yeah, just put a big old fat blob HTR.
I would buy a car.
Okay, let's say plane tickets. You spend
Plane tickets.
Let's say you spend $30,000 on plane tickets.
Jeez, it's still
Okay,
a lot of money.
we need this is rapid fire.
Hey, a house
A house
and a pool
and I'm gonna put a house and a pool
and a pool
over
and food.
there. Okay, house, pool. All right, $1 million, house, pool.
It's probably
plane tickets. Boom.
yeah.
Okay, last question. Beards.
Beards.
We're talking about beard theory.
Okay.
He mentioned beard theory to me earlier. He was saying
Yeah.
about how when like boyfriends and stuff, they don't really have beards.
Yeah.
Notice how I do not have a beard. Notice how he does. Relationships. Go. Tell me about beard theory real quick, and then we gotta wrap this
Okay,
up.
yeah.
Beard theory.
All right. In college, my friends and I had a thing called beard theory. Look around. Most guys in a relationship don't have a beard, and it holds true. If you have a beard out there, shave it off. See what happens.
Unless you have a woman who
If
likes
you have a
beard,
woman who likes beards,
lucky
you're
you.
in the minority. Yeah. Otherwise, shave it off. Give it a try. See what happens. I can speak from experience. It's worked.
It's worked.
It's worked.
And then current now
But
you
then
have
here
a
we are.
beard.
I have a beard, and
Chose
you
the beard over the girl.
and you can run with it. Run with the conclusion that suggests
Beard theory.
beard theory.
Don't look it up, but think about it.
Think about it.
Because it's not actual theory. Maybe it is actual theory. I've never searched it before.
talk about it with your friends. See if there's any merit to it. But beard theory.
Shameless plug. Trippy Lizard. Let us know about your Instagram. Let us know about YouTube. Speaking of your YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
this dude, as well as his partner, as well as a bunch of other top players, have created a bunch of good content. They're pretty much our rivals at this point in terms of YouTube content creation. But I don't really care if they're rivals or not. I think their stuff is dope. If you hadn't had a chance to check it out, he's going to tell you more about it. And then we're going to shamelessly plug it. And then I'm going to tell you to subscribe to How to Roundnet and his channel.
Let's go.
But let's hear about it.
Yeah, I'm on Team Trippy Lizard. My partner and I,
Andrew Card.
Andrew Card. He's one of the best editors in the game. He makes great highlight videos.
Minus Ryder.
Okay, second best in the game. He makes great highlight videos, but also we saw that there was a huge void in the community, that there was only highlight videos out there.
Right.
I am a huge fan of disc golf content, and
Sponsor him.
yeah, sponsor me, disc golf people.
He's tall and he can throw far.
But what they do, it's perfect for vlogs because you can talk in between throws. You can talk in between rounds, between each throw, between each hole, whatever.
Mhm.
Roundnet is not as good at that because you have to go play a game.
Hit a ball, chase a ball.
Yeah. And I saw that there was a thing called Wheel Chooses Your Throw. And we're like, okay, this is so cool. How do we make this for Roundnet? And so we tried it. We were like, okay, there's got to be a way. We did
Maybe expect a video soon on HTR about this.
You should try it. I really do. But so we tried it. We're like, okay, Wheel chooses your hit. So we did you got to do tweener for these 10 hits. And it was fun. You should check it out. But just creative content like that, where I think there's a big void in our community, and we trying to fill that void. You guys are too, with the Yeet Spike.
Trying.
Mini golf content, just hopefully it's out. But just trying to get Roundnet players who are tired of highlight videos, something to watch.
Right, something that reflects the community. I think that's
Yeah.
what we're trying to do right now with HTR Spikehouse. Just get the vibe and the feel of the community out there in video format. I don't know, for me, I've always been a part of it, but never really had the means to make it. I mean, Ryder obviously is the reason why HTR exists in terms of video wise.
Right.
Otherwise, it'd be me and like an iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, be like, hey guys, check this out. You know, and then
Chilling.
like, you know, and then I'd be over it. But I think HTR and now Trippy Lizard, you know, you guys have started doing something, and I think people enjoy it. So if you guys haven't, go subscribe to his stuff. I believe you're trying to make more videos.
Yeah, I
and you're
mean,
not just
we've
making,
also
like,
done impersonations of top players, just something people can relate to.
Yeah.
And kind of latch on to. But I think there's plenty more opportunities.
Right.
We've talked about doing a stereotypes video. You guys have, but I think there's a huge
In the making.
I think there's opportunities
After
there,
the new banner.
Untapped potential, but trying to get into it.
Cool. Well, that's what we got for you today. Again, his YouTube is Trippy Lizard.
Trippy Lizard Roundnet.
Trippy Lizard Roundnet. If there's another one, you know, don't subscribe to them. Subscribe to him, or subscribe to both. And then also on Instagram, Trippy Lizard Roundnet.
Trippy Lizard Roundnet.
And then obviously HTR. If you have not subscribed, go on Instagram. Go on YouTube. Just click that little subscribe button. It doesn't take much time, but it means a lot to us. I mean, I know for, you know, when I was first starting off HTR, you know, I got like 1,000 subscribers. We were like, we're freaking sick.
We made it.
There's a lot of people who want more content. So if you subscribe to both of us, I mean, I think we're both in the means of making more content. But anyway, Clark Marshall, thank you for joining me. This is Preston Buys with HTR Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like it. Share it with your friends. Watch it with your friends. All kinds of fun stuff. Friends and hangs and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
We got to do a little YEEEYOW, as always.
All right, let's
If
sign
you
it
want
off.
to do it, you know, whatever. I was going to pull away from my mic, but it looks like Ryder's way on top of it, and he's lowering the levels, so you guys are in luck. All right, ready?
Let's
We'll do
do it,
3, 2, 1.
yeah.
3, 2, 1. YEEEYOW! Deuces.